Thunivu Vanjinal, Kannan Magizhgindraan. Pati, can you tell us what Thunivu means?
Thunivu means many things: boldness, courage, fortitude, and mental strength. Thunivu is what enables us to take on new challenges with confidence. Thunivu is to persevere in the face of obstacles.
I once read a quote about courage by Nelson Mandela, in which he says, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it."
Those are great quotes. Gopal, tell me what is one thing you are afraid of and why.
I am afraid of exams because they are difficult and I worry about getting a good score.
What about you, Lalita? What do you fear and why?
I am afraid when I have to perform on stage.
And you, Indu?
I'm afraid of the dark.
Dear kids, can you all see a pattern here? Fear arises in the mind when there is uncertainty. Shall we watch a video and learn more?
Do you know why we fear the unknown? Because we focus on the end result, not on the journey. Dr. Carol Dweck, a researcher from Stanford University, says that there are two mindsets: fixed mindset and growth mindset. In a fixed mindset, people are focused on the end result, so they're averse to trying something new because fear of failure is high. Now, instead, if we have a growth mindset, then new challenges will excite us. We will not fear failure. Because, after all, failures are opportunities to learn, isn't it? A person with a growth mindset will have the confidence to learn and grow throughout his entire life. We also need courage to stand up for a cause that is right.
We learned some new things about courage. Shall we now listen to a story?
First, let us look at Thunivu in the context of standing up for values. Upholding a value needs tremendous wisdom, core strength, and courage. The stories from the life of Mahatmas prove as standing examples to understand the depth and nuance in these basic values. The extent to which they stood by the principles, in spite of trials and tribulations, can serve as an inspiration and pathway for us to follow. Let us see one such episode now. Once, there lived a great Mahatma called Ekanath Maharaj. He lived near Pandharpur, the holy place where Bhagavan Sri Krishna resides as Panduranga. One time, he left for Tirtha Yatra along with many others who were highly learned scholars. On the way back, they brought with them the holy Ganges waters for Abhishekam for Bhagavan Panduranga. They had to walk across a hot, sandy desert. As they were walking, they saw a frail, panting donkey dying of thirst.
Oh, look at the plight of this poor donkey. It is dying of thirst in this desert. The donkey needs water. We have the water from River Ganges with us. Why not give it to this poor donkey?
Are you out of your mind? You, of all people, a learned scholar of the Shastras, should know why we have brought the Ganges water.
But how can we be heartless? Being compassionate to all jivas is what pleases Panduranga, right?
Yes, but maybe this donkey deprived someone of water in his previous birth. That's why in this birth the donkey is suffering. Let us continue on our journey.
But I cannot let this happen.
Sant Ekanath did not bother being ridiculed, and neither was he worried about being left alone. Breaking the pot of Ganges water, very lovingly he lifted the neck of the donkey and poured the Ganges water into the mouth of the donkey. Wonder of wonders, the donkey disappeared and Bhagavan Panduranga gave darshan to Ekanath and blessed him.
Kids, in this story, we saw how the great Mahatma Eknath Maharaj displayed Thunivu, the courage to stand up for values and for what was right. Okay, now let us see another story that illustrates courageous people who stood up for just causes.
two historical figures who stood up for just causes are Subramanya Bharati and Pannadai. Bharatiyar was a great Tamil writer and poet, journalist, and an inspiring leader in the Indian independence movement.
Pannadai, who lived in the 16th century India, was a nursemaid to King Uday Simha II, son of Maharana Sanga and Rani Karnavati. When Uday was attacked by his uncle Banveer, Pannadai sacrificed her own son's life to save him. Even though Bharatiyar lived in the late 19th to early 20th century and Pannadai lived in the 16th century, it would be interesting to see what a conversation between those two brave souls would look like.
Vanakkam Mataji, I have heard a little about you. Please tell me about yourself. I am intrigued by your life story and the difficulties you faced.
What can I say? My life revolved around raising two young boys, my son Chandan and Prince Uday, who was left in my care after the passing of his parents. Since Uday was next in line to the Rajput throne, his well-being and safety were my priority. Little did I know that the course of my life would change one fateful night.
Alas, our kingdom is in peril. Prince's life is in danger. Maharana's brother Banveer is coming to kill Prince Uday.
What? Prince Uday is a little child. We need to save him. He is sleeping, so put him in this basket and take him out of the fort through the secret passage. I will put my son Chandan in his place.
Where is Prince Uday? I will kill him. Do not dare to stop me. You will also meet the same fate.
Prince Uday is a small child. Please spare him.
Pannadai, I am asking again. Where is he?
Banveer killed my son Chandan. I watched in horror as he killed him. After cremating him, I reunited with the prince, and when Prince Uday turned 18, he defeated Banveer and was crowned king.
I salute you for your courage and valor. It must have been the most difficult decision to sacrifice your own son in order to save the life of the future King Uday Simha. You performed your duty and put your motherland above all else.
Thank you. Your own life story and powerful words have inspired so many to fight for their country. You're also championed for women's rights and advocated for women's empowerment.
Sacrificing her own son to save the Chittor kingdom, Pannadai put her country above all else. Similarly, Bharati had overcome tremendous suffering in order to advocate for Indian independence and women's empowerment.
Kids, it is also necessary to build courage to walk towards life's true purpose. I will tell you one more story.
In Srimad Bhagavatam, Kunti Devi says, O Lord, a person whose birth, learning, power, beauty and wealth serve only to fuel his or her pride. Prahlada Swami, who was endowed with all of these, did not allow any of them to come in his way of attaining Bhagavan. Even when his father Hiranyakashipu persecuted Prahlada, he remained unfazed. Seeing his steadfast devotion, Hiranyakashipu thought, this Prahlada is unparalleled and he seems to have no fear. As we saw earlier, Thunivu is not just boldness or courage alone. It also involves confidence, determination, and strength of mind. In the following incident, we shall see how Prahlada Swami displays this strength of mind.
Oh Prahlada, why do you sit quietly and alone by the tree in deep thought all day long?
Let us go and play. Dear friends, God has given us the gift of a human body. It is not to be wasted in trivial pursuits.
Prahlada, our teachers here have taught us many skills necessary to gain wealth and become powerful.
What is the purpose of material gains? They don't give us lasting fulfillment.
What do you mean? Don't you want to be wealthy and powerful and enjoy all sorts of comforts?
Please understand that the purpose of our human life, right from our childhood, is to practice acts of devotional service to Lord Vishnu.
Why do we have to worry about it now? We are just kids. We can start practicing devotional service once we are older.
No, friends. This is something we need to start early. The sooner, the better. Kaumara acharit pragno dharman bhagavataniha durlabam manusam janma tadapya dhruvamartatam. This human body is a rare gift, so it is imperative that we lead a meaningful life.
Prahalada, you are teaching some profound things. Who taught you all this? We have never been taught these things before.
My Guru, Sage Sri Narada Maharishi, graced me with this knowledge.
But Prahalada, it's easy for you to say this.
I understand your frustration and concern. All this may seem very difficult to do, but don't worry. Let me tell you a secret. All we really have to do is follow the path shown by Bhagavan himself. Seek the shelter of a guru and render service to him with love. Offer all your gains and merits to Bhagavan and seek the company of holy sadhus.
Thus, Prahlada instructed his friends, the Asura kids. Prahlada, even when tempted by his friends, was steadfast in his devotion to Bhagavan. He also inspired them to give up trivial pursuits and focus their energies in pursuing life's highest goal of realizing the supreme truth.
Kids, the three instances illustrated show us three dimensions of Thunivu, or courage. Courage to stand up for values, the path of righteousness, courage to stand up for our country, and courage to stand up for the highest purpose, which is to surrender ourselves to Bhagavan. Let us explore this in detail.
When we are faced with a challenge, there are always two sides to it. Things that we can influence and things that we cannot influence. Our efforts help in addressing things we can influence. Faith will help annul the things that we cannot influence, which give us a sense of insecurity and fear, but which we cannot really act upon.
Yes, Sanatana Dharma shows us that one way to cultivate our faith is in the form of prayers, where we make an earnest plea to Bhagavan to protect us with His grace. By praying to Bhagavan, we will be able to battle the obstacles with full courage, knowing that Bhagavan is standing with us. The best and easiest way to offer our prayer to Bhagavan is by chanting His divine name. The Mahamantra is one such powerful tool bestowed to us. By chanting the Mahamantra, we surrender to Bhagavan to bless us with the courage.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama